Shadow work, the secret to uncovering your shadow self and transforming your life forever. Have you ever felt an invisible force holding you back, rendering your efforts fruitless? Perhaps it's not failure itself, but resistance within you. In today's video, we'll explore a concept that can completely change your life, not just in theory, but in practice: shadow work. Imagine that the challenges, negative patterns, and limitations you struggle to overcome all stem from one source: your shadow self. This isn't something to fear. Instead, it holds the key to unlocking your true potential and living the life you deserve. Exploring the shadow self. What is the shadow self? We're often taught to be perfect, avoid negative emotions, and present our best side to society. But this inadvertently creates a dark side in our psyche, a collection of repressed emotions, denied desires, and unacknowledged fears. Psychologist Carl Jung referred to this as the shadow self. The shadow self isn't an evil force to be eliminated. Instead, it's like a hidden door leading to your greatest potential. It's in the darkness that you find the light. By exploring your shadow self, you don't just face what you've avoided, you gain a profound understanding of yourself. Persona, the social mask, the role you play to meet societal expectations. Shadow, the shadow self, the part of you that hides fears, desires, and emotions you don't want to admit. Real-life example. A confident individual who constantly seeks societal approval may secretly feel lonely and fear failure. This inner conflict creates immense pressure, leading to burnout and emptiness. Their shadow self might be the fear of rejection driving them to overachieve. Why explore your shadow self? Uncover the root of negative emotions. In life, certain emotions or behaviors seem inexplicable. Sudden anger, lack of confidence, or unexpected jealousy. These aren't random occurrences, they are products of the shadow self. Repressed emotions and desires don't vanish. They linger, influencing your decisions. As Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." For instance, someone criticized frequently as a child may develop a fear of judgment. As an adult, they might strive for perfection, not for success, but to avoid criticism. This is how the shadow self manipulates behavior. The hidden potential within the darkness. Facing your darkness doesn't only expose weaknesses, it reveals hidden strengths. These abilities remain buried because societal norms compel you to suppress parts of yourself. The story of Thomas Edison. The inventor of the light bulb was deemed too stupid to learn by his teacher. Instead of letting this failure define him, Edison embraced his setbacks and turned them into stepping stones toward success. When you confront your shadow self, you uncover qualities that fear or prejudice may have suppressed. This is the first step toward transforming fear into an opportunity for growth. Harmony between light and shadow. Carl Jung emphasized, "There is no light without shadow." Human beings cannot grow by focusing solely on their positive attributes. The shadow self isn't something to eliminate. It's a part of you that needs understanding and integration. Only by accepting your darkness can you achieve harmony within yourself. Real-life example. A leader who acknowledges their fear of failure can become more effective. By admitting this fear, they lead with authenticity and inspire others to overcome their own limitations. Freedom through shadow work. Shadow work ultimately liberates you from societal molds. You no longer live within boundaries set by others, but define yourself freely. Example: someone who once feared rejection can start setting clear boundaries in relationships. This not only brings them a sense of freedom, but also improves the quality of their interactions. When you're no longer controlled by your darkness, you can live authentically without fear or pretense. And that is true freedom. How to practice shadow work. Step 1. Create a shadow list. The first step in understanding the shadow self is identifying the emotions and behaviors you usually avoid. This requires radical honesty with yourself. Exercise. Dedicate a quiet evening to list traits you don't want others to know about you. Ask yourself, what makes me feel ashamed? What am I most afraid of? Example. Someone might write, I feel jealous when my friends succeed, even though I congratulate them outwardly. This is a vital step in identifying the shadow without judgment. Step 2. Name your shadow self. Naming your shadow helps you separate it from your identity, making it easier to observe without being consumed by it. Examples. Someone names their shadow the critic to recognize when they're too hard on themselves or others. When the critic arises, they pause and reflect. Why do I feel this way? Step 3. Observe and accept. Observing the shadow self is an art. Instead of trying to eliminate negative thoughts, let them arise and ask, what is this trying to teach me? Example. Someone who feels anger when criticized might realize this stems from a past sense of inadequacy. Understanding this root cause reduces the anger's control over them. Wisdom from great minds. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Lao Tzu. Shadow work fosters emotional intelligence by deepening self-awareness. The truth will set you free. The Bible. Facing your shadow self frees you from its constraints. Shadow work, a journey of liberation and enlightenment. Exploring the shadow self isn't easy, but it's profoundly rewarding. It requires courage to face the deepest parts of your soul, where fears, desires, and untapped potential reside. The shadow self isn't your enemy, but a teacher and an integral part of who you are. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with negative emotions, self-sabotaging behaviors, and unrealistic expectations. Shadow work is like opening that backpack, examining each item and deciding what to keep and what to let go. The result? A lighter, freer, and more meaningful journey. A challenge for you. Think of something you often avoid, perhaps a fear, a sense of guilt, or a behavior you know isn't beneficial but keeps recurring. Write it down and ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? Where does it come from? You'll be surprised by the insights you uncover. Shadow work doesn't require an overnight transformation. It's a gradual process, but every small step leads to profound change. If you found this content valuable, don't forget to share this video with someone who might need it, and comment below. Are you ready to face your shadow self? What's the biggest fear you want to overcome? Lastly, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss any videos about self-development. Let's build a community where everyone is inspired to become their best version. Remember, the light always exists within the darkness. You just need the courage to look into it, and you'll find something extraordinary.